What's up, y'all? We are still in the summer, about to get ready to get back to school. We are tapped back in to Timeless Talks. Of course, you got your boys here, Chris Ramsey and my man,
Niko Schultz, back at it with some more Timeless Talks content. And go ahead and introduce yourself, Ike. Let's go ahead, give us a little rundown what you do, your sport, personality, everything. Tell the people what you're about, man.
How y'all doing today? My name is Ike Irabor. I'm a football player at Union College, running back, and I'm a laid back dude, chill vibe, like to hang out. You know me.
Okay. So, my guy, we're going to start off with something that first introduced me to you. First, Chris and Chris, Chris is a cool, best name ever. But he sent me one of your TikToks. Y'all got to check out my guy, Ike, on TikTok with you lifting all of that weight, bro. You're squatting. Bro, how did you get up to that amount of weight? That's insane. And tell the people also how much you was throwing up, because that was insane.
So for squat, I was throwing up. I think it was 500 pounds. That was my PR. Like never touched that before in my life. Like I was never big into lifting when growing up. Like even into high school, I wasn't big into lifting. But once I got to college, it became like one of those things where I had to do in order to make myself better. So I've always had strong legs, so that was always my like cornerstone, like where I built from. So squatting came kind of easy to me. I would say I've always like just the strength there is just always there.
Yeah, you know? Bro, that's insane, man. 500 pounds on a squat, bro. Like I'm surprised your back was cool. But let's go back. I mean, you said you play football, man. How long you been playing football for? And you playing at Union right now, correct?
Yeah. I've been playing since I think my sophomore year of high school, actually. Like my parents didn't really want me to get into it, like into like Pop Warner or anything. They were too scared, they thought it was too dangerous. But like I was like, I gotta do this. Like this is something I feel like I'll be good at. So I forced myself in sophomore year of high school. And here I am now.
There we go.
I got a question for you, man. So this is your fifth year, right? Or fourth year in college for football?
Fifth year, because I'm doing like
a COVID thing too. So yeah. Go ahead and give everybody a rundown on what it's like playing college football at the next level. So what is it like? What was your experience like coming in as a freshman all the way to your experience that you have now?
My experience personally, it was crazy ride. Like you like the difference between high school and college is like night and day. Like it's a job. It's like a job more or less. Like wake up football, then you have class. And right after that, you got film. After that, you got to work out. So like it's a constant thing. You're going back and forth with football class. Like during the season, you don't really got time for yourself. But overall, I enjoyed it because football's always been one of my passions. So yeah, I've definitely enjoyed that.
It's really good that you enjoyed it. I'd like to see how, like, I guess, was it challenging for you when you first got into college to like balance that football to school to like your personal and your mental health type relationship? Like, was that a challenge, or like kind of talk us through that type of process?
No, it was definitely a challenge for me. I thought that it would just mesh. Like I'd be fine when I walked in. Like football would be good, school would be good. But like as a freshman, I was naive. Like when I started first couple classes, I was like, all right, we only have 3 classes a week. I should be cool with my schedule. But nah, like, because football takes up at least 80% of your day. Then the next 20 is school. So you don't have time. Like you have to make sure you balance your time well. And I didn't do that at first, so it put me in a little bit of a bad spot. But once I matured, spring term of my freshman year, I started getting that back up. But it's definitely a tough transition. I will say that.
How is it battling between your position groups? Because are you a running back?
Yeah, I'm a running back.
Running back. So coming in, I know a lot of freshmen, they want to try to come in, fight for that top spot. How has it been over these last 5 years trying to grind and get to that starting spot?
It's definitely been a battle. Like our coach, every year is recruiting new, better talent. So like I always got to make sure that I'm at the best as I can, and if not, get better than what I was last year. So it's like you're always competing. Like your spot's never solidified on our football team. You gotta make sure you're doing the best you can. Keep yourself strong, working out, conditioning. You gotta make sure you're in the weight room, and also like apart from your body, you gotta make sure your mind's right. So you gotta study film and all that. Like it's definitely like it's not. You can't just walk in thinking that you're gonna start. Like that's definitely not the mindset that should be had.
Yeah, you gotta have the work behind it.
Yeah.
I got that. So going back to when you had talked about how your parents didn't want you going into football, would you say that their mindset with it is still like that, or they become a little bit more supportive and okay with you playing football?
So my mom is always the one that was like, I'm scared of this whole football thing.
Yeah.
But then once she came and saw a couple games, she was like, yeah, this sport seems like where you're supposed to be at. So she became a lot more supportive as the years like went on. My dad has always been on it because he loved watching football for one. And then he saw that I was pretty good at it. He was like, yeah, I'm for it. If this is what you want to do, this is what you want to do. Get as good as you can, get as fast, get as strong. So they as years progress, they definitely like the support has definitely been up.
That's good. That's good.
That's amazing. Has there been any players that you've played with that have gotten drafted in these last 5 years or no?
Uh, Not that I played with, no, but me and my friend actually, Andre Ross Jr. We're both on our team right now. We're both prospects. Like we had a couple of scouts come up to talk to us during the spring term, so we're hoping to be some
Oh,
of
bro.
yeah Union history.
Amazing. So going through that journey, has it always been since you picked up that helmet from the first time when you were that sophomore in high school? Has it always been the dream to make it to the league?
Yeah, I'd say it's like I feel like anybody that like picks up a helmet, picks up a football, it's always a dream to be that's your dream. But like I feel like it's solidified for me my sophomore year of college after like the season that I had, like that was the moment where I was like, yeah, this definitely is something that I want to do. Like after my freshman year, I played pretty good, balled out a little bit. But my sophomore year was definitely like my breakout year, I would say. And I was like, this is something that like I feel like I could do, and this is what I want to be.
Yeah. I kind of want to like dive into that a little bit more. Um, I mean, for me personally, when it comes to like sports athletes, college, like especially college athletes, there's like it's like a two-sided coin. We have the athletes that are able to play and the athletes that are able to progress to the next level. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I feel like a lot of athletes want to progress to the next level, but they're not like in the reality of like their physical capabilities of, okay, I could actually do this. Like, they could actually get to that next level, whether it is putting in the work, studying more film, getting out more. So for you personally, would you say you are like in the reality of yourself, okay, I can make it, I could put in that work, I could get to that next level, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think, yeah, I've definitely grown to realize that I can make it after this past season. I was like, this is something that I feel like is definitely in my grasp. Like I'm definitely there mentally, like considering this whole summer, only thing I've done has been training, get myself right, like field work. Like I have the mental thought process right now of just like this is where I need to be, this is what I need to do in order to get to that level.
That's good. That's good. I like that because I feel like that's really the first step, really, is getting your mind there. You got to put yourself mentally in that position before you could get there physically. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. If you listen to a lot of like podcasts or a lot of rich and famous people, they'd be like, okay, I spoke like I was rich. Like I said I was rich, I walked like I was rich. Like I told my mama I was rich, all this and all
Mhm.
that before I even got there. So it's good that you got that type of mindset right now and that you kind of built on that type of mental fortitude, especially
Mhm.
coming into this new year. Yeah. Niko, you got anything, bro? I kind of
Yeah,
have
just to
one.
build off of that, like, what do you think separated you from all the people you start out with your freshman year? Because not when you start the journey, you start with certain people and you don't end with the same amount of people. Your circle gets smaller and smaller as you progress through time. So, what do you think separated you from a lot of your teammates and a lot of your friends to get to where you're at today?
I think it's my coach would tell me that it's like my quiet, but like my determination. Like once I touch the field, it's just like me and the person in front of me. That's who I gotta be. So he's always told me that like the way that I play is
Bro,
like
is your camera
is
on,
for
bro? My bad. Nick, is your camera on?
yeah, it is. Oh wait, turned off. My bad.
You good, you good. Just want to make sure we straight. All right, go ahead,
There we
bro.
go now.
Yes, sir.
I bet. So yeah, like my coach has always told me that like my dedication to the team for one is seen by my teammates and seen by like the coaching staff. Like if as long as I like keep that up, like I'm separating myself from who like the other guys. Like I'm not putting myself up or anything, but like I'm from the outside view, people see me as a different player than everybody else. Like, oh, I'm playing for myself. I'm playing for yada yada. Not, but I'm playing for the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, did you say you were like kind of like chill, quiet, laid back type? Would you say that helps you like be the type of person that they see, like that type of leader, that type of okay, you're for the team, instead of like how you would see like some people that are really outgoing but boastful and not as humble? Would you say that your personality makes you seem more like as the leading figure on the team?
Yeah, I think that that's definitely like a huge part of it because my thing is never to I'm a person who doesn't really like to talk trash whenever I'm on the field. Like I'll be quiet, even if I make a great play, I'll just walk back to the huddle. Maybe if somebody talks to me, I'll laugh, but like I'm not the one to like come out and be like, yo, you did this, yada yada yada. Like you're
Yeah.
not good, you're not that. I'm the one to be like, yo, plays over, on to the next one. So I guess my teammates see me as a leader in that sense because I try to lead by example instead of really saying anything, instead of like talking all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great trait of a leader. Going back, so I can tell you're really hard working, really dedicated to your sport. Give us some little insight about your personal life and what you like to do, outside of football, lifestyle habits. Are you like a mentally tough person? Do you like to make your bed in the morning? Kind of walk us down that alley.
So me personally, like my daily routine type of thing. Like if I'm not working out, if it's like a chill day for me, like I'll do my best. Like my first thing to try to do is make my like get my room set up right. So I gotta make it clean, all that other stuff. But on my downtime, like I like to play the drums for one. I like to play the drums. I go to church with my family. Like Sundays, Wednesdays we have church. Sometimes we even have it on Friday. So we mix that in. I play video games. I know everybody plays video games, but yeah, I don't like. I'm like calm. I don't really do much. I hang out with my friends whenever they free, but usually I have a really busy schedule. Like this summer, I haven't really hung out with too many people, which is more or less a sacrifice, but it
Yeah.
had to be done. But overall, like I try to hang out with my friends, try to hang out with my family. And I sometimes keep to myself just to chill, relax, recover from whatever, you know?
That's
Yeah.
really cool because the way I look at that too, a lot of people when they're in high school, a lot of kids when they play football and they look at college football kind of like as something that's so different and so scary, and it is. It's a big jump. It's a lot more time, a lot more set aside time for school, a lot more set aside time to playing ball. But a lot of the things you said, it's kind of like it's almost as exactly like high school, just times two almost. I mean, you're with your family, with your friends, you still play video games, you still do what you want to do. So you still got that kid in you. It's just you're just taking it to another level. You're just maturing more. So I think that's
Yeah.
super dope that that's the kind of lifestyle you live. And honestly, I can see why you're a draft prospect because it seems like you really have like clear like what's called tunnel vision towards what
Yeah.
you want to get at and your goals. So that's amazing, man. I wish you the best of luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Of course.
facts. Going into that too, Um, are you so during college? Are you also like? Do you stay with your family? Or are you on campus? Are you like close to your family or far?
No, so during college, I was in New York. I go to school in New York. So I don't commute. I can't do
Oh
that.
yeah.
So I'm on campus for that.
Got you, got you. And then so like going back to how you were talking about how your summer rolls out, you're with your family, you got church, you video games, drum, and then your football. I like how you kind of stated at the end of that, like it kind of like the sacrifice part of it. Like you gotta sacrifice either your time, like you gotta make sure you're on the field because at the end of the day, like if you're not putting in that time, someone else is putting in that time. Like you said before, your coach is recruiting better athletes or athletes that are coming to take your position. So you got to make that sacrifice. And then, so I feel like it's like for you, I mean, it seems you already understand it, but for anyone who might be watching this who doesn't get it, like you have to be able to set your priorities right with what you really want in your life, like what you need and what you could go and get. Like if you have people in your life who are telling you, oh, come out and eat with us, come out to party with us, but you gotta get up at 5 a.m. to go to football practice. You gotta set your priorities right. And if those people in your life are making you feel like you're not a good person for making those choices, you gotta let those people go because they're not really your friends. They don't want to see the best for you and they don't want to see your like dreams come true. And I mean, just based off of how you're speaking, bro, it seems like you already got that down pat, and I like that because you said, you got to sacrifice, and that's real when it comes to this next level, the college level of sports, even the next level after that, the professional level. So I like how you got that mindset, bro. Yeah, I just had to get that spiel out, man. Yeah,
Yes,
you know what
sir,
I
man.
mean?
I got a question for you. Like, so let's say, you absolutely just ball out this season, right? And you finally get that call. You're gonna be dressing on draft night. You get drafted, hopefully to the Bears because we need a new running back. And so, like, once you get up there, right? How are you gonna handle, all that kind of like publicity and all like the naysayers and everything that's gonna be around you? Because it's gonna be just like that, how that jump from high school to college is gonna be from college to the league. So what are you gonna do to try to separate yourself, from all the loud noise and even just from like the criticism? What are you planning on doing? Have you thought that far ahead?
Uh, Kind of, yeah. Like I've always been a person to like block out noise. Like I never like to pay attention too much to what people say about me or how I play. Like you give me praise, you give me praise. You talk trash about me, talk trash about me, talk trash about me. Like at the end of the day, I'm gonna just do what I need to do. So like actually somebody asked me prior to this, like, would I be nervous if I was in the stadium with like, I don't know, like 100,000 fans, like hearing them cheer your name, yada 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 yada. Yeah, the nerves will kick in, but like once I step on that field, it's straight business. Like on draft, if say I get drafted on draft night, straight business for me. Like I know where I need to be. Definitely, emotions gonna be high, but I'll probably try and keep myself calm and composed as much as I can. Personally.
That's awesome. What's the first thing you're gonna do with that rookie contract?
Probably do something for my mom. My mom, like, I'll probably tell her to whatever she wants, just let me know. I'm gonna get you whatever you need, whatever you want. And then also same to my dad. They've definitely been like poured a lot of effort into me. So like I'm definitely want to get back to them first or anything else.
Hey, bro,
That's amazing,
I
man.
like that.
I want to see the pieces connect, bro. I want you to get drafted so bad now.
Yeah.
Look back this
Yeah.
podcast too, because we can do like a little podcast once he gets drafted, like after draft night. Like, how we
Oh,
feeling,
for
bro? We
real.
in the league. Talk to us, bro.
We lit. Let's go.
There.
Nah,
Facts.
for real. Hey, what's the vibe like though outside of college, but like on campus, outside of classes, but on
Mhm.
campus? What's the vibe like out there at Union?
Like Union's a great like school, like academically, but if they want to party, they gonna party. Like
Mm.
they're very active with that. Like Wednesday, Thursday. Like Wednesday is the first night they go out to do stuff. I'm like, I I'm not with all that. Like I'm not the biggest like drinker or anything like that. I just like, go to hang out. But Wednesdays, they always go to like this place called Beer Garden, like a giant bar type of thing. Thursdays, it's like a bowling night because there's like $1 bowling at a place, I think the Boulevard, something like that. And then Fridays when the peak night to go to Fridays or whatever. But other than that, it's pretty calm. There's a nice movie theater around there, but like Schenectady is kind of in the middle of nowhere type of thing. So not much to do, but we make it work.
That's pretty much how it is out in Nebraska too. Like we got a nice little scene, like a strip of like a couple of bars and then another strip of a couple of bars. But outside of that, man, we in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's Nebraska, cornfields. If I don't know about Nebraska, cornfields, bro, flat land, nothing at all. So hey, we twinning on that.
I got another question for you. So if you as a player, have you ever entered like, you know how in 2K they be getting like super hot, like they get their grand badge? Have you ever got like an activation like in your mind? Because I know a few players that have gotten something like this. Like you're in a game, you're going absolutely crazy, and you're just like locked into a zone. Like, have you ever been to that point? Can you walk us through that?
I have a couple games. One game that comes to mind like instantly is my sophomore year at Ithaca. After like I had like a hyperextended toe injury prior, because that was my first game back, and like they're one of our toughest teams to play. Like one of the strongest, one of the fastest. Like they're a great team. But after I got one touchdown, I think it was on like the 6-yard line. The way like I spinned off a dude, jumped into the end zone, and after that it was just like a moment just clicked where I was just like, yeah, I'm in the zone right now. Then I had like another play where I like side hurdled somebody in the what's it called, the sideline, like at the 50-yard line. Like that game was insane. To end off the game, I scored like a 40-yard rushing touchdown. So it was just blowout game there. I want to say blowout game, but like for me, it felt like a blowout because of how well I felt like I was playing. I think that was the best game I had that season. I had like 3 touchdowns, like 190 yards, something like that. So it was crazy game right there after the injury.
Yeah, that's a way to come back from injury, bro. Like, could you walk us through what it was like for your injury, building up to that point? How kind of happened, and then how like mentally you handled all that?
So prior, I missed one game. So I missed the Utica game. The injury happened against, I believe, St. Lawrence, off one play where I misread where the block was going to happen. So I tried to juke into like where I thought I saw green. That somebody hit me from top, and then like someone hit me from below at the same time, and I like kind of like I don't know how to explain it, but my legs like slipped down, and like all the pressure went straight to my big toe, my right foot. So I try to play through that game, but at that point it was just like, can't do this. It's like in the end of the third type of thing. Yeah. So they put me in a boot for like 1 to 2 weeks. We had a bye week prior, I believe, and I was in a boot for about a week and a half. Then they gave me like a cortisone shot, like I'd have to do it. After that, going to the Ithaca game, I was still walking in a boot to the game the whole time. Their whole sideline saw me with the boot on. So I'm standing there like, damn, this is gonna be a tough one. I'm not even gonna lie. And then once I put the pads on, it just flipped. That switch just flipped, and I was wilding.
So after the game, did it still hurt, or like were you good?
It hurt a little bit, but like I put my foot back in, like regardless, like just to be sure. But like during the game, I didn't really feel it too much because all the adrenaline. So I was just running through the pain at that point.
I went beast mode. He said it was relevant.
198, 3 touchdowns. That's some Madden numbers, bro.
For real. He did. He had like, you played 2K, you got the little fire on fire.
You got the superstar X Factor turned on. That's what he had.
Yeah, so he turned it to, he was beast mode straight.
So Ike, what else would you like to touch about on this podcast? Is there anything that you would like to get off your mind about football, about just life in general, whatever you're feeling right now? Or what do you think right now?
That's a good question, actually. Like, I guess I could talk about like the this whole process that I'm going through with the NFL thing.
Yeah, the prospect. Yeah, I want to hear about that.
Yeah, so I know nothing about this whole ordeal, but so my coach has been filling me in here and there. So after like our first me and Dre's first visit from our recruits, well, not recruits, scouts, it was the 49ers and the Commanders that came to talk to us, visit, like just give us the introduction of all that stuff. And then like a couple months later, say into the like ending of spring term, my coach started telling me that like there'll probably be some scouts that'll come to games, come to practices during the season, so you get yourself ready. So throughout the whole summer, just working out, trying not to pay too much mind to the whole NFL thing, so I could just focus on going to the season different in general. And my coach told me that like a couple teams called asking about me, which was pretty cool. And then he was telling me that I just got to make sure that I keep myself straight, keep my body right, get as strong as I can, get as big as I can, fast as I can. So that like the whole process right now is honestly super wild. I've met a couple. I've worked out with a couple of rookies, NFL rookies at the gym that I'm working out at. And I even met one that's on the Seahawks now, who just got like the Seahawks. So it's definitely like been a crazy ride so far. Like, I don't know, it's surreal. Realistically speaking, surreal.
It's amazing.
Me and Chris don't know nothing about this process. So
bro,
like I said, you got to keep us going throughout the process along the way. I mean,
yeah.
So we just had on our other podcast, we actually had this guy named Trey McGowan's. He just got drafted the summer league for who is it? The LA Clippers, right?
Oh shit! Actually, that's lit.
He's in the summer, and his little brother, he was a freshman. He just got drafted to the Charlotte Hornets. So we got some decent people on here. Now we got you, man. So you got to be a future. I'm telling you, if you go to the Niners, that'd be dope because they be choking in the Super Bowl. So you got to help them out.
Yeah, they be choking in the Super Bowl.
They really do.
No, that it's crazy though. Like when you get in those positions, and then you, like you say, you worked out with some of the rookies, and you talked to some of the coaches. And you get like with them and you're like, wow, like you're a human being like me. Like a lot of people don't realize that, you know, either super rich people or like super amazing athletes are just like them, but like they're human. Like you're a person too. I could get to that level. I just got to put in the work. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like it's good to actually get in that face to face and be like, okay, I'm working out with you now. I can most definitely get on that level. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bro, I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. Honestly, I'm glad Chris from LIK like tapped us in. That man be tapping in a lot of people, bro. But yeah, I mean, going forward, if you have any ideas with like anyone else on your team, like your homie you was talking about, and you want them to tap in with us on the podcast, you feel like they'd be a good fit, chopping it up with us, man. Feel free to hit up me or my boy Niko, and we can most definitely get him up here. And then me and you going forward, or you and Niko, it don't even matter, bro. If you ever need to talk about anything, spill some stuff out, or even fill us in on the freaking updates
on the journey
of football life, bro. Send us some freaking clips, some TikToks, some videos, especially TikToks, whatever. You know, we would love to see it because that growth, like the lifestyle and just like the progress in general is stuff we like freaking like to see from ourselves and from other people that we meet. So, you know, always feel welcome and feel free to do that, bro.
Yeah, I definitely will, for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes,
sir. Well, all right, this podcast coming to an end, bro. It's been amazing. We wish you the best of luck on your journey, bro. You're going to make it to the league, bro. We believe in you. We're going to follow you throughout this whole process. Good luck to you in this upcoming season, man. Until next time, bro. Time to start.
Appreciate it.
Of course,
yes,
bro. Please,